Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, it is 1:20 a.m. on this fine Tuesday evening. And I just woke up 20 minutes ago from a nap, if you want to call it that, a 4-hour nap. And I am wide awake. Like, literally wide awake. Is this my old lip gloss? No, this is my new lip gloss. I'm like wide awake. I slept so good. I was having weird dreams, and don't ask me what they were because I don't remember tonight. When Alex came up to bed, he was watching Vanderpump Rules, and the part where they did it from, it was called Secrets of Vanderpump Rules or something like that. When he came to bed, I like went back to sleep, and he, like, when I woke up, he was still playing Township like an hour and a half later. And I was having a really intense dream then, and I started telling him about it because we were talking about my dreams earlier, because like he hasn't had any weird dreams this whole, or he said he hasn't remembered any of them this whole time. And so I was telling him, because we were just talking about it earlier tonight when he got off work, and I was like, these are the weird dreams that I'm having, like, and I was showing him about it, and he was like, yeah, that is really weird, as he was like playing this game the whole time. Oh. Hi. I need to arrange this camera. It's like, I feel like it's like right up on me tonight. Okay, there. But I don't remember what the dream was at all. Maybe it'll come to me like it did last night, but I doubt it. Maybe though, I don't know. It was like, I feel like it had something to do with my neighborhood. I got like such a sense today that I was gonna have just drinking a Diet Pepsi tonight. I got such a sense today that I was just gonna have such an amazing summer, just like such a relaxing, nice summer. My neighbors, my retired neighbors, they were outside all day long with their grandson, and I was talking to them. And then my neighbor on the other side, Laura, who's been in a couple of my videos, she and her boyfriend were cleaning the front yard today. And now it looks beautiful. Like our whole, like all three of our condos look so nice together. And we were just kind of talking and stuff, and there were people walking the streets. It just was, today it was like 88 or 89. It was so hot in Indianapolis. It's 70 right now. But there was like a cool breeze, even though it was that hot, blowing. And it just was such like a nice, like, you know, like, whenever I say summer on here, like, I at least get like 2 or 3 people that say it's not summer yet, because summer is not until, like, officially till June 21st. But in Indiana, we always, I and everybody that I know calls summer like the day after Memorial Day. We consider that summer. It's like the start of summer in the Midwest, because pools open. Supposedly this year it's different, but the pool's open the day after Memorial Day. The kids are out of school, so that's what we've always considered like summer, you know, summer vacation. And then summer vacation is over like the week after Labor Day, so it's like June, July, and August, like the last days of May. But usually I feel like Memorial Day is usually the last full weekend, and well, maybe it's the last Monday in May. I think Memorial Day is the last Monday in May, and that's why it fell this week instead of next week, because next Sunday is the last day in May, I think. Somebody's texting me, I don't know who it is. But it just felt like a really slow, like, summer day today. It was nice. You know, like when you didn't have to do a lot. I cleaned off my front porch. so I've now watched 2 episodes of Wentworth, the 7th season. It is so good, you guys. I mean, like, it might be one of the most action-packed seasons I've ever seen of a show. And it is so good. It is so, so, so good. I actually, for the second half of the second episode last night, I made, because I watched one episode, I think while I was, like, eating dinner last night, and the second episode, I watched, like, when I got done vlogging. I made a cup of tea and sat outside on the front porch. A cup of sleepy time tea, which that sleepy time tea does not help me go to sleep at all. Like, I feel like it almost makes me just be up longer. Because I was having such a hard time falling asleep last night. I didn't know this was a little massage place in here. One of my friends texted me and said, your review channel makes me want to eat all the bad food. I'm trying to be skinny. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun on the review channel. The thing is, I don't have to, like, I don't have to eat. I mean, it's kind of a waste, but back in the day, I gave it away to, like, Tanya or the girls at the kennel, but I haven't, you know, done that the last couple days because I'm not, like, going over there right now. But honestly, you know what? I haven't been by Ruth's Cafe since all this is closed. I wonder, family meals. Order online today, pick up family meals. I wonder what that means. To go on family meals. Oh, I don't know what that means. Like maybe large orders. So probably not just like a grilled cheese with tomato soup. God, I wish. But the thing is, like today, I went through and I got potato cakes. And I saved them for Alex, even though he didn't want them. And I got a milkshake, which I literally drank what I showed on the video. And then after the video was done, that's all I ate, you know? Is it out of focus again? Come on, don't do this tonight. I don't know why it has been doing that lately. I'm wondering if it's not because of the light being off. I really honestly can't see sometimes. Okay, there. Now, some of like the Starbucks drinks, like the other day, obviously I drank the whole drink, because it just was good. I mean, sometimes I am going to eat the whole things, you know. The jalapeno cheddar bites I ate the other day from Burger King because I love those, but I don't always eat everything. I mean, I could literally do that channel and just try like 1 or 2 of the things, or just like a bite or 2 and let that be it. So I wouldn't have to eat, you know, tons. There are 4 police officers over there. What is going on? They're all like standing outside of their cars. They're just like talking or something. They're just standing around talking. Anyway, but I'm having so much fun doing that channel again. I think tomorrow I'm going to do this window cleaner thing, which probably nobody will care about, but I want to clean my windows, and I want to see if this thing works, because if it does, I'm going to... Well, one of them is like exactly like that Mrs. June's Miracle Cloth, but it's like, it looks exactly like same packaging and everything, but it's called something like Myrtle's or Mandy's Miracle Cloth or something like that. I saw it at Meijer when Tanya and I went. And then the other one is like Wash and Go, and it's like an as seen on TV thing that I bought. So I'm going to compare them with my sliding glass window, and then whichever one works better, I'm going to clean my windshield with. But I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But then, like, the people seem to really like the food ones. I enjoy doing the food ones. I'm gonna do the root beer floats at Arby's. I need to make a list of all the ones I want to do. That way I can just go and try one thing a day. I'm gonna do the root beer floats at Arby's. I love root beer floats so much. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But I just did an Arby's one today. I mean, not like it really matters. And then I'm gonna do, there's a couple Dairy Queen ones I want to do. I should roll through tonight while I'm out and see if Dunkin' Donuts has any new food out. That's just kind of what I do sometimes. I'll just like pull through and see, does like Taco Bell have anything new? Does Dunkin' Donuts have anything new? And that's kind of how I figure it out, you know? And some places do and some places don't. Okay, see, like, I'll show you. I'll go through White Castle up here. We'll just kind of like run through the fast food places. Wild goose hunt today and see if I can find any fast food that's new for me to review. New review. So anyway, I got up today and I went and got my coffee. And I woke up and I was like looking through stuff. There's just like not a lot of like drama going on. I was gonna make a rant video today, but I really didn't even feel that heated. There wasn't really, I mean, even from a joking point of view, there wasn't really a lot, you know, that I felt like I could rant about. And there wasn't a lot of drama going on. And I didn't want to go into a store to get a magazine, because I was going to do like a magazine video, because I've had like a lot of people be like, oh, OG Wolfpack, we'd love to do a magazine, for you to do a magazine video, which let me just tell you, so many people would be like, what am I watching? This is so stupid. But I was going to do something like that. They're having fun behind me. And I just was like, I like looked around and there just really wasn't any drama going on. And I was like, I'm not going to try to like pull together a drama video based on nothing going on today. And I was like, I'm just going to do my other channels. So I did the review video. I went and, well, I got my coffee and then I did a review at, what's it called? I don't think White Castle has any new food. Oh, maybe like a dessert I'm seeing. I went to Arby's and Fisher's and I did the review. And then, I went to Target, back into Target again, for those, I want those color changing cups so bad, and I cannot find them anywhere, you guys. Like, I want them so bad. Okay, let's see here what they have. Feed your crew, maybe that's what I saw. I hate pulling over because they're gonna ask me what I want. I don't want anything. Okay, no, I don't need anything, don't ask me. There's nothing new there. Oh, there was somebody pulling in right behind me. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have driven around. Why didn't I do that? I'm doing this all kinds of backwards ways. Who is honking at me? No, they have smoothies. They have strawberry lemonade smoothies. This person is like honking at me. Oh no, I think he was honking at them because I think maybe they're not open or something. He's going real slow. I really want those Starbucks color changing cups, like the temperature changing cups. I cannot find them anywhere. And I got online, you guys, and you want to talk about, like, because I was talking in my video the other day about the Jeffree Star palette and it being like unavailable and stuff like that, and people are selling it on other sites for like $300 and $500 or $300, $400. Those Starbucks cups are $182 on Amazon for all 4 of them. Or $21 for one on eBay. Just saying. I could not believe it. I want those cups so bad. I also want the confetti cup. But they're like collector's items, so you know, like once you get them, I don't think McDonald's has any new food out, do they? I don't really feel like driving through there. So I did that, and then I went into, if I get up really early tomorrow, I might go to this other Starbucks, because Caroline's son, David, just started at Starbucks, which is super exciting. I'm really happy for him. He's like so happy there. He like posted a thing on Facebook about it. And they have slushies here. I could compare the McDonald's slushie to the White Castle smoothie. But he posted this thing, and he was like, they put his name like on the board with like the other people that he's working with, and he's like, I'm part of the group now, or something like that. I was so happy for him. Yeah, I don't think they have anything new here. No, boring. Although I did notice that at Burger King they have an iced coffee. Have I tried the Burger King iced coffee? I don't know if I have or not. Well, that's one place I don't have to stop because I've been there a million times. So then I went to Target, and then I went to Target first, and then I did the review. And then I went home, but truth be told, I started my audiobook. Oh my God, finally, did I tell you I finished that horrible book, that Skinwalker Ranch? I was so happy I finished that book. It was so boring. I wonder if Popeyes has anything. This Popeyes, like when I've been driving to Burger King, has been absolutely packed the last couple days. I don't think that they have anything real exciting. But, hold on a second. Didn't I do like a dessert here? They have a hot cinnamon apple pie, mac and cheese. What did I do here? I reviewed something here. It was like a dessert or something in the fall. Yeah, I don't think they have anything right now that's outstanding. So I finished that. Did I finish that book last night? Or when did I finish it? Yesterday? Today? I think I may have even finished it today. I don't know, but it was The Hunt for the Skinwalker. It was so bad. I gave it 2 stars. And the only reason I gave it 2 stars and I didn't give it 1 star was because of the research that the guy did. Like, the research was fantastic in the book, but it read like a research study. It read like a PhD, a dissertation. It was so boring. It was so boring. I could hardly even get through it. So I was like, so happy that that book was done. But I started this book. Maybe I finished it last night. I think I finished it last night. I started this new book called The Girl Beneath the Sea, and it's by Andrew. I have it on my thing. It's by, because I want to tell you the right one, although I'm sure that there's only one version of it. It's The Girl Beneath the Sea, and it is by Andrew Mayne, M-A-Y-N-E. Oh, now it looks like Taco Bell does have something new. They have the pineapple freeze. Okay, well, I'm gonna come try that. Do they have anything else? No. The Cinnamon Delights are so good. Pineapple freeze. I'm gonna put that into my phone and make a list of all the... Start a new note. Review. Channel items. Do you guys just like sounds sometimes? Like sometimes I just like sounds that you hear, you know? Hold on a second. Like sounds of the night. Taco Bell. Pineapple. Freeze. And then, what was the other one? Oh, Arby's root beer float. Dairy Queen There's a blizzard there I want to try. I think there's actually like 3 or 4 things at Dairy Queen, but I can't be doing like tons and tons of them, you know what I mean? But anyway, I started this book, and it's about this woman, and she's like in her 20s probably, and her dad was a treasure hunter, and her mom was like, I think she worked for the police or something. Anyway, and she and her brothers and sisters grew up, and they were real poor, and except for like their dad later, like, I don't know, something to do with treasure hunting. But hold on, let's see. They have biscuits and gravy here. Are you kidding me? They have sausage, gravy, and biscuits right there. They have a whole breakfast menu. Who knew? Oh my God, and their breakfast menu looks pretty good. Oh, but you know what they have? They have the Frosty Cookie Sundae, which I've never had, so I'm gonna have to review that. They have seasoned potatoes. They have a frosticino. Oh, I tried that. That was horrible. I can't believe they have a whole breakfast. It looks really good, too. I would say Wendy's breakfast looks pretty good. Did I put what that was? But anyway, so this girl, she's like a diver. Like, the whole family dives, and the dad's like a treasure hunter, like, of sunken ships and stuff like that. And it's in South Florida. It takes place between, like, Fort Lauderdale and Miami. And she works for... I need to go across the street to see... Fazoli's, which I never go to, and Kentucky Fried Chicken, which I never go to, but I'm gonna go try those because Arby's is over here and that's the last one. But she is a diver part-time. She's getting her PhD in archaeology, and she's a diver part-time for the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. And like right at the beginning this happens, she is diving in a canal looking for stuff, and she's like talking about alligators and crocodiles and sharks and how she like has seen all these different, like, you know, sea creatures and whatever. And then she hears something getting out of the water, and she thinks it's an alligator, and it's a dead body. Well, what she finds out is that somebody dumped this dead body in the canal in Fort Lauderdale, like while she was in the water. Like, they killed this girl. The girl's been dead for 17 minutes. And she becomes a suspect in this case, and but then somebody's also chasing her and trying to kill her. And it's really, really good. I am like 3 hours into it, and it is fantastic. And it's not super, super long, and I'm just loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. That is the outside of Hooters, by the way, over there. It's just pretty loud tonight, I would say. Just FYI. Okay.
Thank you for your visit, but we are currently closed.
I didn't ask.
Please
okay.
visit us again during our normal business hours.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Didn't really even have anything. I was never like, what was that chicken sandwich back there? I was never like a lover of Kentucky Fried Chicken, even like popcorn chicken. I liked,
but we are currently closed.
Chicken Littles, those are kind of cute.
During our normal business hours.
They're like little chicken things. You see, like sliders, but chicken. I would have liked those probably. I was never a big Kentucky Fried Chicken fan. Like, I just didn't think their chicken was that great. And I think they're really expensive too. There's just really not a lot of new items at these places, are there? Now, Fazoli's, I cannot even begin to tell you the last time that I was at Fazoli's. But I will tell you the last time that I got fettuccine at Fazoli's, which might be like one of the only times I've ever been to Fazoli's. It was so good, but my stomach hurt so bad from it. Do they have anything new? Their menu is so long. Do you hear what is going on? Like, this is crazy. Cinnamon swirl breadstick bites. Okay. Let's put that on. can't believe these people are like, there is not really any social distancing going on over there either. Do you hear that? I hope it doesn't demonetize my video with all the music. This is all the big money I make over here in the vlog. Why can't I not spell? I already know I'd like those. Is there any other places that I'm forgetting? Well, that's 5 things. That's 5 things new things I can try. I don't think there's any other places that I'm forgetting. I just like to try new stuff. I think it's fun. Does this go through over here? Hot tomatoes? It does. Hot tomatoes. Hot potatoes. Einstein Brothers. I love Einstein so much. You know, gas stations always have new stuff too, like potato chips. Somebody was telling me about a new kind of potato chip the other day. I kind of like don't go into gas stations as much as I used to get like fountain pops and stuff. So it's not like I'm like looking around to see what they have, you know, like I did before. Anyway, that's 5 things. In the windows, and then I'll drive through Dunkin' Donuts. I'll go through Dunkin' Donuts right now and I'll look, because they usually have stuff. Oh, there's Hardee's too that I'm forgetting. And is that it? I feel like there's a couple other fast food places I'm forgetting. Chick-fil-A. God, I won't wait in line through Chick-fil-A. Their lines are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, wrapped around the corner. So, that was my day, yeah. And then I came home and I uploaded those videos. And then Alex came home. I fed the dogs. And then Alex came home and we sat there and we talked for like an hour. And he was just telling me about his day. And I was telling him about just stupid stuff. And we were just talking. I was telling him about my dreams. And we're just talking about all kinds of stuff. You know, a lot of stuff is starting to reopen. Alex and I really want to be on the same page as far as our comfort level and going and doing stuff. I definitely would say that like Alex's attitude is like safety first, but I think he's ready to do some stuff and, you know, see some people. And he is very respectful of me, and knowing that I'm not necessarily ready for that yet, like that still scares me. Like I'm ready for, like I said, like maybe a friend or two and like our families, but other than that, like my dad and my stepmom still aren't seeing anybody, including us, because of, you know, my dad's age and being at high risk. So there's a lot of people that we won't be seeing for a while, you know, even if we do. But I said, you know, I don't want it to go back to like, okay, all of a sudden we're in, you know, phase 3 and then phase 4, and then it's like things are back normal. I said, that scares me. Like that really scares me when you know, hear the things that are going on. So we had a really good talk tonight about how we're going to be respectful of each other and what we're going to, like, you know, run by each other. I mean, the thing is, like, who am I going to see besides Tanya and whatever? Like, you know, like, our meetings are back at the church starting tonight, and I called Tanya, and she was like, what do you want to do? And I said, I'm not real comfortable with that. And she goes, well, I'm not going to go. And I said, okay. So that, you know, other than Tanya, like, and maybe Caroline and them down the road, but not anytime soon, I don't feel like, unless I went in to see, like, David at work with, like, a mask on and stuff, you know, like, I'm not gonna see anybody. There's nobody for me to see, you know what I mean? You know, maybe Valerie at some point, or Melissa and Jason at some point, but, like, all these people that I've been seeing are isolating, or all these people I'm talking about. And so Alex and I were talking about being on the same page as far as it stopped. I don't know even when it stopped. I feel like this whole thing has been out of focus. But anyway, I was just talking about how Alex and I had a pretty in-depth conversation about how we really want to respect each other and be on the same page. as far as kind of like our boundaries going forward as things start to reopen and the world starts to reopen, you know, and I told him, I said, Alex, I'm not necessarily convinced that things are opening because they're safe. I think things are opening because of the economy. And I said, which, you know, okay, fine, but that means I'm a little bit older than you. Like, I feel like a little bit more at high risk. Like, it scares me, you know? And I said, and I don't want our friends and family to get sick. And he was like, I totally understand. And so we just discussed, you know, being on the same page and playing together as a team and going forward, you know, how we're going to handle things together and safe. And like, I don't know if this part got on the video before, but that safety was going to always be first in whatever decisions that we made together. Safety and respecting the other person. So I felt better about that. I felt like I wanted to go through Burger King to see if they had anything else, but I don't feel like I need to. So yeah, I felt better about that. And then, that was how we got talking about the dreams and stuff. I said, you know, babe, I'm like still having like a lot of anxiety and stress over this. Like, you know, I'm having these weird dreams every single night. I don't know what they're about, you know, on and on and on. He was like, I totally understand, you know, like, I want you to feel safe. And, so anyway, we had a good conversation about that. And then what else did I do? I feel like I did something else. I cleaned the front porch because I want to watch Wentworth when I get home. And then, today, I cleaned the back porch a little bit. You guys, I'm so over it. Like, first of all, I don't know where to put my bird feeder, where to hang it, but I don't know that it will really matter anyway, because I went out there this morning and some other animal took the other side, the big chunk of the other side, and I have pictures of a little bird eating off of it, like eating off that square. Now I know why some of those things have like locks on them that you put them in so that animals can't get them out. But an animal took the other side out of it, and I'm like, oh, I cannot believe this. So I basically, like, some animal out there, some raccoon or something, got 2 of those huge, now it just knows where it comes for a smorgasbord buffet, like over to my house. And I will also say that I haven't seen as many animals, like as many birds and squirrels on our picnic table lately, and I'm wondering if they're kind of afraid to come near because some animal's coming up there and taking their food now or something, if they feel like it's territorial, because they're not coming up there as much. I haven't seen my squirrel in the last couple days, but maybe I'm just like reading into things. That's probably the case right there. Why is this light not changing? This is weird. Oh, there it goes. Just felt so silent there for a minute. I felt like if a UFO landed right in the middle of the intersection, I would not be surprised. I will tell you that I really do think there is something to be said about not buying cheap lip gloss, okay? You know, now that I use a lot of lip glosses, you would think like it doesn't matter and whatever, but there is a lot to be said for cheaper lip glosses. Like, or there's a lot to be said about like the price point. Like, I bought that Marc Jacobs and it was expensive. It was like $38, okay? This is $5 and it's crap. Like, it coats everything. Like my cups, it gets on my fingers, it's super sticky. And I don't love it. And there's like, and I like ones that have flavor to it a little bit, you know, something. The Manny MUA one, I think he has some new ones out, but I don't think he has a clear one out. If you're looking for one that has a little bit of color, though, I will tell you, it smells like cake batter, and they're fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And I loved that one. I wish he would come back out with a clear one, but I don't think he's going to. Maybe I almost got online tonight and bought my Birkenstocks. I'm going to get 2 pairs of plastic sandals. I actually think I'm going to get this bright yellow color. It's called Xenia. For something different. Because I have black, but they're ripped. And then I have the blue ones on that I wear every single day. So I'm probably going to get 3 pairs, but I think I'm going to get a pair of the plastic clogs, and I'm going to get they're like this grayish kind of like color, and I'm going to get those. And then I'm thinking about getting the Xenia colored ones, and then like the black, and if black sandals. If I don't get the black sandals, then I'm going to get this like grayish colored sandal, which Alex has, and I have to say I don't love it. I love the black ones better, but like my black ones are still kind of wearable. I mean, even though they're ripped, but not really. But not really, they aren't. And so I'm like, I don't know what to do. We're going to go through Dunkin' Donuts here. But then I feel like I haven't bought anything or done really anything in 3 months. And what I would spend on like 3 or 4 pairs of Birkenstocks, they're like $35, they're like $40, $45 a pair now, the plastic ones. If I got 3 or 4 pairs, that's like what I'd spend in a night, you know, at the casino. What is going on? You can't look, you can't see the menu. Well, I guess I won't be figuring out what's new here. But what I would spend like I would have spent in Las Vegas gambling in one night, you know what I mean? So it's like, maybe I should just do it and enjoy it. I'm wondering if Dunkin' Donuts has any new drinks out. $2 iced coffee. I don't know if I've ever tried the Dunkin' Donuts ice. The thing is with Dunkin' Donuts, I will tell you this, that when I review their stuff, I do end up like drinking or eating all of it, because I love their stuff. I really do. Like Dunkin' Donuts coffee drinks, you guys are heads and tails better than Starbucks. Like I love Starbucks for just coffee, and I've never had Dunkin' Donuts coffee, even though at home I have the K-Pods, and I have like a pound of their ground coffee. So I don't know what just a cup of coffee is like at Dunkin' Donuts. I'm sure I've had it at some point, because when I used to, like Alex and I, when we first got together, like our first 2 years, we were, well not first 2 years, first year, we were a 1-car family, and Alex had been in a car accident right before we got together, and his car was totaled. And he was saving his money to get another car. So I took Alex, like that first year that we were dating, I took him to work the mornings after that he stayed with me, which was most of the time. And God, I forgot about those mornings. And I would we would go through like Dunkin' Donuts, and he would like, well, he didn't drink coffee back then. I don't know what he ended up getting. I think maybe he got like some kind of cappuccino or something. But we would go through Dunkin' Donuts, and I would get like a donut and like a cup of coffee. Sometimes I would go to, he used to love these pizza things from Einstein Bagels. They were like these breakfast pizzas that were made on bagels, and I would go and drop him off at work, and then I would go and I would get him 2 of those, and I would take him those back for his breakfast. I don't know how I was such a morning person back then. I was saying that to him the other day, not to be, I'll say this in the classiest way possible, but I said to him the other day, I said, do you remember like the first year or 2 that we first started like dating, like literally like 4 or 5 days a week, like, and it wasn't like he was going into work at 11, like he was going into work at 7 or 8, you know. I said, do you remember we would like wake up and have romanical time? And he started laughing, and he was like, we did a lot. I was like, yeah, we did. And then I said, and then we would both take showers and do our hair and get dressed with music blasting at like 7:30 in the morning, you know, and then go through and get Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, and then I would I can remember dropping him off, and I would go and order flowers right after that to have delivered to work for him the day, or go to Einstein's and get those pizza things and then bring them back to him. And I did not nap back then. I don't remember napping, because when we first got together, I was a workout fiend. That was the best shape, one of the times I was in the best shape ever, but I was going to the gym every single day. And I was probably about 180 when I met Alex. And I was going to the gym every single day. I was a vegetarian at that point. And I was a serious vegetarian then too. I was eating the things I should. I actually would go to Whole Foods every day before I met Alex. And my friend in Denver, because he had been a 20-year vegetarian, he was the one that got me started on this, because we would go to Whole Foods when I was out there. I would go to Whole Foods, their deli, every single day, and I would buy $20 or $30 worth of food. I mean, it was extremely expensive. I don't know how I afforded it back then. They had corn cakes in the deli, and they had orzo salad, and I was eating really pretty healthy, drinking tons of water. I was working out, lifting weights every single day. And so when Alex and I got together, he just started, I think maybe, I don't know how we ended up, I switched gyms within the first couple months. And I think we got a membership together, a family membership together or something, because I can remember we kind of had to fight for it. It was this huge issue. They didn't want to give us one together as a couple. But we worked out at LA Fitness, and they were really nice after that. And we worked out there literally, I would pick him up from work, and we would go have smoothies. And I remember I used to get a matcha green tea smoothie every day. There was this small little local smoothie place by him, or by his work, because his work was by our gym. And then we would after that we would work out, and we would change and stuff, and then sometimes we would go eat at this place called, I think it was called Louie's Bar, and we would get something, Bar Louie, and we would get these well, that would have been after I had stopped being a vegetarian, so that would have been in that fall, because September, October is when I stopped being a vegetarian. We went on a trip to Gatlinburg. I surprised him for a weekend. He was surprised. He was real over the drive, and but that was when I stopped being a vegetarian. He was I didn't realize his drive was that long, so we went through McDonald's, and he was got a double cheeseburger and chicken nuggets, and I had gotten just fries, and I was so hungry, and I was waiting just to get there so we could eat something when we got there. Construction had rerouted us through Tennessee, and it was just craziness, and I just was fed up, and I just went through, and he goes, we had PP with us, and he was taking PP outside to go potty, and giving him some water and stuff, and he goes, will you watch PP? He said, I'm gonna go inside, and I'm gonna get another double cheeseburger because I'm really hungry. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, will you get me one too? And he goes, what? And I said, will you get me one too? And then I think I said, and some chicken nuggets. He was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm dead sure. And I mean to tell you, that time, I stopped being a vegetarian and never looked back. And you know what the weird thing is? I remember this a lot. Well, I remember this a lot my first year and a half this time, as far as reasoning for continuing to be a vegetarian. That whole time that I had been a vegetarian, I had thought, which I don't even remember how long it was now, but I had thought a lot about having chicken fingers. And I wanted O'Charlie's, or what do you call them? They're called something else at Cheesecake Factory, but the deep battered chicken fingers. I wanted those so bad. I don't even think I could eat one right now. I think I would gag a maggot if I did. But anyway, I wanted those so bad, and then when I had them, I remember it was just like, I mean, I could not wait to dip one in like honey mustard dressing, you know? And then when I had it, it just was like, this is what you've been waiting for. And I did really have a strong reaction. I mean, there was like no turning back, but there were several incidences. One was when we were eating at Patishu for brunch, and I used to get the chicken salad sandwich, and it looked pink to me, it looked gamey, and Alex couldn't see it. It was the weirdest thing. Like, I even asked our waiter, I swore, like, it looked pink, like it would just, like, it was fresh. And I swore it did. And he was like, I don't know what Alex was like, I don't know what you're talking about, it looks completely fine to me. And I swore it looked like, almost kind of like bloody pink. It was like, I was like, please take it away from me, I can't even look at it. And I had a couple situations like that happened to me. I don't really think that today, this girl is always walking her dog down the side of the street at like really late at night, which I think is interesting. But I don't think today I could go back from being a vegetarian and go eat, like, and I'm not a healthy vegetarian by any means, but I don't think that I could go back and eat meat the way that I did when I stopped before. Like, I think I would have a real aversion to it, because I definitely in my head have a very strong connection today to meat byproducts and animals. Like, I see them, like, I can't unsee it anymore, you know. And what's interesting to me about this is that, like, I don't ever, like, I am not the vegetarian that ever gets on my soapbox, like, to my friends and ever says anything, right, about it, period, end of story. It's almost the other way around, where I'll have friends that, like, want to pick fights with me about being a vegetarian, like they'll be like, well, it's not healthy, or, you know, like, well, why you think you're saving animals? Like, it's like, I have, like, friends of mine that will say those things to me, which is crazy to me, right? Because, like, I don't ever get on my, like, I never preach about the health habits of vegetarianism or veganism, which I'm not a vegan, but you know what I mean? I never do that. And so it's interesting that people almost kind of, like, prod me with that stuff sometimes. Like they really want to have that conversation, and I'm like, you know. And I will also say, like, I'm not the most educated vegetarian in the world. I've kind of learned as I've gone. I have a very close friend of mine that she's been a vegetarian since she was, like, very, very young. Like, before she was 10. And, you know, she has been so great for me, because she's been like, you're going to make mistakes, you're not going to do everything perfect, you learn as you go, things are going to be cross-contaminated when you go, she said, if you're going to eat anywhere outside of your home, she said, you just have to assume that food is cross-contaminated, period, end of story. So you just have to assume it is. And cross-contamination means, like, if they cook something on a grill, like a cheeseburger, and they turn around and they cook a veggie patty on it, chances are that it's cross-contaminated, that it has meat byproducts on it. So she's like, you know, you ask and you do the best you can. Like, so you ask and you say, like, can you microwave it on a separate dish instead of, you know, like, cook it in whatever. Like, you can ask to have certain things like that done. But she's like, you know, she's always like, you know, when I first started talking about it on YouTube, and I got kind of a lot of criticism about it at first, you know, people were like, well, you did this, did you not know? And I didn't, and I can remember calling her and being, like, upset about it. I was like, I feel like I can't do... Hot time in the city. But Lord have mercy. It's like hot rods. She's shaking her head. What'd you say?
Yeah, I said they're racing, aren't they?
They are racing.
The cops are right down there.
I thought the Indy 500 was closed this year. And then these people over here to my left are waving at me. It's crazy night, isn't it? Anyway, it's fun. Indianapolis is a fun kind city sometimes. Did you know we have like really high rates of violence here in Indianapolis? But she was so sweet. What was I gonna say? Oh, but like I would call my friend and I would say, like, I don't feel like I can do anything right, you know, like I feel like I'm being criticized left and right. And she would say, A, who are you doing it for? Are you doing it because, you know, like you're gonna have a vegetarian channel? Or are you doing it because you want to be a vegetarian? I'm like, I'm doing it because I want to be a vegetarian. And she's like, okay. She's like, then any vegetarian knows you're gonna learn as you go. Like there is no perfection to it. I mean, and we're talking, she is 41, she'll be 42, and so she's been a vegetarian for 30 plus years, and she mostly makes all of her food from home. She does like stir fry vegetables and stuff like that. She actually told me, because she is, I will say one thing, she is constantly pushing that I need to eat more vegetables. She's like, you just need to eat more vegetables. She's always saying that. But she tries that subscription thing called Irregular Vegetables or something, and it's like cheaper vegetables, but like, and so she'll get something like every month, like you get all different kinds of like vegetables, and some of them like she'd never even heard of before, and she's like, I have to look them up and see how to cook them, but she tries different things. But she's a great cook, but she does a lot of stir fry. But she was like, you know, Peter, she was like, okay, so you didn't know that this and this and this had meat byproducts in it. Now you do. You've learned. You know, when you learn, you do better. When you know better, you do better. You know, she's like, you beat yourself up about this. It's like, okay. And the other thing that she said to me one time, like I called her, I can't remember what this was about, but I got a lot of crap for something that I did that I honestly didn't know there was anything wrong with. And she said, you are giving a really bad message as a vegetarian on your channel if you act like vegetarians don't mess up. She was like, because anybody that wants to try being a vegetarian is going to screw up. They're going to be sitting there at a dinner table and they're going to say, oh, last week when I had, and another vegetarian is going to say, do you realize that there's like meat byproducts in there, or that it's cooked this way? Or because it's a lot, often it's not that there's meat in it, it's how it's cooked, right? And so there's different levels of people that are, you know, vegetarians. And she said, if you're sending out the message that vegetarians are perfect and they get it right 100% of the time, she said, you're sending out a wrong message. She said, any vegetarian that has been a vegetarian for a long period of time will tell you that you have to do the best. And she's like, especially when she travels all around the world. She travels, you know, she's traveled all through South America. She's traveled through India. She's traveled through all of Europe, you know, and she's like, especially when you travel to other places, she's like, you really have to make, you know, kind of some, you have to be kind of lenient a little bit, because some places you go aren't going to be the same as others, and basically the best you can do sometimes is like, you know, a basic like vegetable broth or rice or something like that. And she's like, you know, you just have to be, she's like, but you don't want to send out the message that you're never going to get it wrong. And that was a really valuable learning, you know, for me. And I think also in keeping it grounded and showing that, like, I always wanted my channels to be like, this is who I am, right? Like, not like this is a version of who I am, or this is what, I mean, my drama channel is obviously like, you know, characterization and it's fun and whatever. But even on there, I talk seriously about stuff. But especially this channel, I wanted this channel to be like, this is who I am and this is what you get, and I want you to get the real me. So if I'm struggling because I messed up, or I learned, it's not even messing up, it's that I learned something about being a vegetarian, then I want to share that. Or, you know, like, if I'm struggling in my life, or if I'm going through grief, or if Alex and I are marriage counseling, or if I'm talking about my addiction stuff, like, I want to share that over here, because I want this to be a real place where people can watch this and they can be, you know what, when I watch Peter, I feel like I'm watching a real person that is like, this is the real deal. It's not sugar-coated. This is like, I'm watching somebody's real life unfold before me. And that was because for years I had watched a lot of YouTubers. And I will tell you this, it wasn't because I watched a lot of YouTubers that were fake. You know, I found myself saying this for a long time, and I want to correct this. It wasn't that, because I used to say I hated watching these you know, couples, because I used to watch like a lot of gay couples on YouTube, and they were like fakety. Well, they were though, right? And they'd be like, every time that they'd be on camera, they'd be like, oh my God, we're so happy together, we love each other so much, and blah, 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 whatever, right? I don't think that's what really bothered me. I don't think that anybody is real bothered by any couple that is happy together. Why would we not want that for them, right? Like, I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue for me was that they always broke up. And it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like we're real happy together in the first year of the videos, and then there's 3 months of videos where we're struggling, and we want to let you guys know, like, we're having a hard time, and, you know, like, John wants to live in, you know, New York, and I want to live in, you know, LA, and we can't make it work, or, you know, like, someone doesn't want to be as, I mean, I'm trying to think of certain couples, but like, you know, somebody doesn't want to be as committed as others, or there's issues that they're obviously trying to charade and act like aren't there, when there's obviously issues there, and the audience can see it, and it's like, we're still happy, so let's just do a vlog about PO unboxings or something, you know what I mean? Like, which I'm about to do tomorrow, so I'm not, like, that's not because there's something wrong, because we're in a good space right now, but you know what I mean, like, and so then they would break up, so it would go from, we're happy, everything's perfect, to breakup video. There was no in between, and to me, I'm sorry, but like, that's fake. And so then what it told me was, we're not showing you the good sides of our relationship because our relationship is good. We're showing you the good side of the relationship because we think that's what people want to see, and people don't want to see anything else. Okay, well, the problem was, like, I can tell you, I would have conversations with Alex, and I would say, Alex, I'm watching all these YouTubers, like, you know, like, we're fighting, and we're, like, having arguments, and they, like, never argue. Like, every picture on Instagram is, like, they're so perfect together, and every, you know, like, they're so happy, and they just want to do all these challenges and whatever. And he would be like, that is not reality. Like, I'm sorry, but it's not. I actually read this article years ago that said that couples that post the most pictures together on Instagram have the least chance of success long-term. Something like that. Because there was this need to kind of show the world that we're so happy together, right? Which is probably why Alex and I's couples Instagram is the least active Instagram in the entire world, because we just completely always forget to post over there. But it's almost at 30 minutes. I'm going to change it here in a second, but I'm also going to change the battery, because the battery is more than like half dead, I can see, so I'm just going to change it while I'm doing that. But I got so disheartened with these couples, it just broke my heart. There were so many of them, you know, and I really enjoyed watching them, and I just felt like I was like, I don't know, like, I was like, is there any real love out there left, you know? Like, these couples just, they just don't make it. And there were like, among like gay YouTubers, there were like 5 or 6 couples within like a year and a half that broke up. And, you know, it's interesting because Mark Miller and Ethan Hefko, who are from Indiana, some of our friends are actually good friends with them because they went to college with them. And they're a neat couple, and they're younger. They're probably late 20s or 30. How old is our friend? We have a friend of ours who just got married a year or 2 ago. And he went to college with Mark. They're probably late 20s, maybe 30. And if you guys don't know who he is, his channel is Mark E. Miller, and then Ethan has a channel now too, but he didn't at first. Well, they just moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and I don't know, they're just a neat couple, but they broke up. And I heard all these rumors about why they broke up, which I don't know if any of them are true, you know? People just want to, you know, make rumors up. But is it going to stop? It's going to stop. I'm just going to stop it because it's going to stop. Okay, I'm back. I was just pulling through Dunkin' Donuts over here to see if they had anything new, which they don't. They had like some matcha drink, and I was like, did I review that? I think I reviewed that. And I was like, yeah, I reviewed that. I think I'm going to go this way. I'm not gonna vlog for a whole lot longer. But anyway, so Mark Miller and Ethan Heathcote, they did this video where they broke up. And, okay, well, first of all, there's Shep689, which was RJ and Will, which they never put out any kind of breakup video, which they don't owe that to anybody, but they never put, I struggle with that. I'm like, they don't owe it to anybody, but then for 7 years, people were invested in their channel and sent them things and, you know, basically paid their bills by watching their YouTube videos and stuff. I don't know, like, there's a certain amount of me that feels like as a YouTuber, I do owe that to my audience. I feel like I do, kind of, you know? And so, they just broke up. It's like, and then they fight on, social media, like, it's just, anyway. So, then Mark and Ethan broke up, and they did this video where Ethan had gotten an apartment, and they had moved out, and they were crying in the video. The video to this day does not exist, and, like, they were really upset in the video, and they were best friends, but they just didn't want to be. I don't understand that either. When people are like, we're best friends, but we don't want to be together anymore. I don't know. I've never experienced that. And my ex was my best friend, and I was sad to lose him, but we could not be that close together. I didn't want to know that much about what was going on in his life, and he definitely didn't want to know about what was going on in my life. It was painful, you know, so I've never understood that, but that's just me. That's just my perspective, and I'm sure other people are like, yeah, I'm great friends with my ex. Maybe down the road I could be, but I don't know that, like, maybe, like, in the immediate, like, I could do that. And this was literally within a month of them breaking up. But then, like, 5 months later, the video's down, and they're doing a video together, and it's like, nothing ever happened. Like, they literally acted like nothing ever happened. Like, they never put up a breakup video. They were back together. They were living together. It was like, I'm like, didn't Ethan get his own apartment? Like, so anyway, the other day they did an update video of them moving to Nashville. They have this really adorable house in Nashville, and they're very earthy now and stuff, and so I watched this update video of them sitting on the couch drinking coffee, and, like, Ethan said something about the breakup video, and I was like, oh, okay. And then Mark was like, I mean, it was real funny, but I was like, thank God they're at least saying something. And Mark was like, oh yeah, that horrible breakup video. And he goes, well, it wasn't really a breakup video. And Ethan was like, it was a breakup video. Like, it was a breakup video, you know? And it was like, they were kind of laughing about it. But they were talking about, like, all the changes that had happened in the last year with them and things like that. And I was like, well, thank God they at least addressed it. Like, I feel like this is real, you know? And I don't even really watch that much anymore. I don't watch a lot of couples. There's actually, that's not true. There's this couple that I watch. Apparently, they used to be, like, family vloggers, but they don't do videos with their kid anymore because of the restraints that are put around, you know, like, kids being in videos and stuff, so they don't, I don't know, but they do a lot of reviews like I do. Like, theirs came up recommended, and I watched, like, a couple of their videos, and they're real cute. They do them from the car too. They're a younger couple. They're, like, probably in their late 20s or early 30s, and I'll tell you who they are in just a second, but I like them. I don't know anything about them, so if they're problematic, I don't know it. But then there were, like, 3 or 4 other. David and Brian were another couple that, like, I watched forever, and they were part of, like, some collab channel, and then they just broke up and never addressed it, never talked about it. David went on, I think it was David. Brian, I don't know which one it was, that went on to do videos by himself, but that wasn't long-lived. And then, I don't know, I just think it's always interesting when these couples break up and they don't ever, like, talk about, and I'm not saying that they owe it to us, but it just is weird to me, like, is it weird to anybody else? Steak and Shake, I didn't check Steak and Shake. I'm not gonna go through here right now because it is they're open. I don't think they have any. You know, I mean, obviously places probably aren't putting out new food because of everything that's going on right now in the world. So they're like, well, why would we put out new food? You know? What is this couple called? I don't know if I'll be able to find their... Oh, here they are. Asian and Ginger. Food reviews, fun, lifestyle. And they did the new Dairy Queen Summer Blizzards, Frosted Animal Cookie, and Wonder Woman. They did that like a month ago. Mel's and Chris is their channel. They hardly have any subscribers. They have like 3.95 thousand subscribers, but they're real cute. Yeah, I don't know. If I had to guess how old they were, I don't know how old. They look like late 20s, maybe. But their channel's real fun. So anyway. But that was me going on and on about these channels. I think that's the other thing too, is like I've gotten so like invested in some of these channels, and then let's see, oh, they have a cotton candy milkshake here, cotton candy and black. I don't care about that black raspberry, but the cotton candy one I might get. I'm gonna Steak and Shake cotton candy milkshake. I'll put that in my list. Steak and Shake. It's Steak and Shake, and I helped. Steak and Shake. Cotton candy. Are they even open right now? They're usually open 24 hours. Are they open? Hello? Hello? I don't see anybody in there. My dad was so cute. He's like not somebody that eats a lot of fast food. He just doesn't like it. And my dad's a pretty good cook anyway. And when I was talking to him, this was, God, a couple weeks ago. But this is when he said that they were like door dashing every night. And they were like, he was like, yeah, we're kind of running out of food. We've been door dashing every night. And I was like, you have? And he was like, yeah. He's like, I think your stepmom's going to go to the grocery store on Monday. And she hadn't been yet. And so, like, this was, I don't know, this was probably a month ago. And he was like, I got her all suited up with a mask and everything. And, so anyway, he said he had to run out to do something. I can't remember what he had to do. Something he had to go get. And he was like, we hadn't door dashed and it was late. And he said, so I ran through Steak and Shake that night. I said, you did? And he was like, yeah. He's like, I got us a couple double steak burgers and Frisco burgers and fries and shakes. And he was so excited. When I was a little kid, and we would go up to Michigan for the summers, there was this like Dog and Suds. We have them in Indiana, but I don't know where they're at. But there was a Dog and Suds, which is like root beer, like hot dogs and root beer, you know. Dog and Suds, they have their own kind of root beer. But there would be like a Dog and Suds drive-thru that you could go through, and you would go there and you would sit outside. And my dad calls root beer, he calls it root beer. My dad's from northern Indiana, so a lot of things, like he has like a heavy accent with. And like kind of like a northern accent. And my dad loved Coney dogs and hot, like foot-long hot dogs and root beer. Oh my God, my dad loved it. And we would sit out there in the sun. I actually put that in my book. There's a scene in the book when they go and they eat at Dog and Suds. This girl straight up just ran a red light. I remember my aunt said to me when she was still alive, this is actually right after my mom died, she and I were making like the funeral arrangements that day and stuff, and we went to Steak and Shake, incidentally, to eat. I don't know why, this has absolutely nothing to do with me just being at Steak and Shake. I'm just saying this because the girl ran the red light. But we were at Steak and Shake, and I remember we were on Keystone in Indianapolis because we went to the Steak and Shake at like 52nd Street in Indianapolis, if you live in Indianapolis, and it's the one that my mom and my aunt used to go to. It's been there forever, and Steak and Shake's like a diner. But it's like a chain, and they have like Frisco burgers, patty melts, onion rings. They have the spaghetti string fries that I really don't like. They have shakes, malted drinks, cherry Coke. They're like real famous for like my mom loved cherry Coke, like a real cherry Coke with real cherries in it and cherry syrup. My mom loved that. And and like my mom loved limeades and stuff like that, like those old fashioned like drinks, you know. My mom, God, she loved them. So my aunt was like, we were getting ready. Well, I'll tell you what happened when we went there, but my aunt, I was getting ready to go at a green light. I was sitting at a red light, and it turned green. And I started to go, and my aunt put her hand across, and she goes, always wait 5 to 10 seconds. When a light turns green, she said, because so many accidents happen because people run red lights. And you know what? Like, ever since she has anybody ever said something to you and it just kind of sticks in your head? Like, ever since she said that to me, it's been like stuck in my head. But like, I cannot tell you how many people I see that run red lights. I mean, I'm sure like I'll go through a yellow and it turns red too. Like, I'm not, you know, there's other people. I almost did it right here. But I'm not the only one, you know what I mean? But like, when you like enter a light and it's red, like I know people make mistakes from time to time, I do as well, but be careful if you're sitting in a light and you're ready to go. But then I remember we went into Steak and Shake, and I was so hungry, and we were sitting there and it was busy. We had just been at the funeral home planning stuff, and the waiter came, and I said something about like, I'll have and my aunt, she took my menu and she said, we will share a steak burger with cheese and everything on it, which I don't like everything on my cheeseburger. And she goes, and a small fry, and we will each have a Coke. Those police officers are still standing out there. And I've literally gone a whole circle in an hour, and they're still standing there. No crime in Indianapolis. Oh, and that was funny, because that woman said that those police officers were literally just sitting right down there when they were racing, going down the street. Because I'm coming up to the intersection where I was, but I was coming the other way when I talked to her. But I just looked at my aunt. I was so hungry. I was like, okay. My aunt was like, I loved my aunt, but she was very critical of like Caroline and I's weight. Like, she watched it very closely, and oh, she would really have something to say today. If she saw me, oh, she'd be like, Peter, you have let yourself go. What is going on? She would totally say that to me, and not feel bad about it at all. And then she would say, I'm just looking out for your health. Which she would be, but my mom would have had real issues with it too, like me having gained so much weight. Hell, I have issues with it. I think the hard part for me right now is I have so much weight to lose. I don't really want to talk about this tonight, but the hard part is I have so much weight to lose that when I think about like losing 5 pounds or 10 pounds, which, you know, sounds like a lot, it's like it doesn't even hardly make a dent, you know, in how much I need to lose overall. But I also know that when I lost the most weight in my life, I literally did it in 5-pound increments, and it was about lifestyle changes and eating healthier and being more active. It had nothing to do with being on some like great diet, but I do think that I could use something right now to... Anyway, we won't get into all that tonight. Always fresh coffee at the Speedway. I used to love to take pictures. Just like Americana pictures. Of just like signs and stuff like that. and I would write them on my blog. But I remember I used to have this little camera. You know, this was before you had good phones, the cameras in your phones. And I would have this little camera and I would take pictures of things. I loved it, you know. All right, you guys, listen, I think I'm gonna end this a little early tonight so I can listen to my audiobook and then I can watch some Wentworth. It's nice out now. It's a degree cheaper. It's a degree cooler outside at 69. Up now it's 70, it's back up to 70. So, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. I hope you guys are having an amazing, no. Let's go back. If you made it this far in the vlog, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like the vlog, please give the vlog a big thumbs up and make sure that you're still subscribed to my channels, this one and all of them, or subscribe if you haven't before and you liked it. And please put a blue heart in the comment section below for the OG Wolfpack, all of us over here just trying to get through life together. And, yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing, it's tomorrow Wednesday, I can't believe it's the middle of the week, hump day already. Hope you're having an amazing Wednesday, unless you have other plans, but like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day, do something fun today, do something exciting, start a new TV show, I don't know, have an ice cream sundae, oh that sounds good. Try some kind of fast food that I have tried over on my review channel. And do something that will make yourself proud when you look back on it tomorrow or the next day or next week or next month or next year, 60 years or 69 years from now, or 50 years or 10 years or whatever. Whenever, just do something that will make yourself proud. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. I do, I love you. And make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you tell yourself, I love you, and do at least one positive affirmation and say, I love you and you are valuable, or I love you and you matter, or, you know, I love you and you're worth it. That can be enough, you know? And every night and every morning when you get up, say to yourself, tomorrow or today is going to be an amazing day. I'm going to be happy, joyous, and free all day, today or tomorrow. And I'm going to have great opportunities come my way. And I'm going to have really positive experiences throughout tomorrow or today. And if I get my day off track, I can start my day over whenever I want. Just whenever I want. I had somebody text me that, or tweet me that today, and they said, my day's not going great, something to that effect, but I can start my day over whenever I want, like you always say. And you can start your day over whenever you want. You can say, you know what, this morning sucked, but this afternoon, this evening, I'm gonna really enjoy myself. I'm gonna have a great evening. I'm gonna enjoy the time that I get to spend with my friends and family if I'm able to, or watching a TV show, and I'm gonna make the most of it. So please do that. It's a very valuable tool. And most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. Just text them, call them, send a postcard or a letter. That would be real nice. You know, we don't do as much of that anymore. Just say, hey, I just want to let you know I was thinking of you. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, whatever you want to say. You can say, I love you. Anyway, I was gonna sing that song by the Eurythmics or Annie Lennox. Now I can't. No more I love yous. I used to love them back. I used to love her back in the day. And I used to have all of her like CDs and stuff. I used to listen to. Well, of course, Sweet Dreams is one of my favorite songs ever. Like even when it comes on to this day. That and Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Sweet Dreams and Girls Just Want to Have Fun. When those songs come on still to this day, I get so excited. And I just can't hide it. Oh, and Holiday by Madonna. I could go on and on and on. Anyway, also practice random acts of kindness. But like I always say, don't tell anyone. Just do it to put goodness out there in the world and kindness. And, you know, the payback is how we feel when we're putting goodness out there in the world and it's reciprocal, you know? And I think that when we put positive energy in there, positive energy comes back to us, and then we surround ourselves with positivity and love and light, and I think that's how the world works, you know? So anyway, put positivity and kindness and love out there in the world. And is that it? I think that's it. Yeah. So anyway, I love you guys, and have have a great day. Have an amazing day. And I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.